Hello, this is Rick from the Rickster Scope. I'm an astrologer, and in this video, we are going to discuss Chiron, the wounded healer. And this is what I wrote on my blog about Chiron. And when I wrote it, it was about the time that Chiron was about to move into Aries. Right now, Chiron is transiting back and forth between Taurus and Aries. I believe it's moved back into Aries now, but it's very close to the cusp of the two signs. And this is what we have. Chiron has been aptly nicknamed the wounded healer. In astrology, it is primarily about issues of wounding and healing, and that process from being hurt and wounded to being healed. And I've told you where it's transiting. Chiron was discovered on November the 1st, 1977. And Chiron was initially called an asteroid, and it is very comet-like. But it is now considered a minor planet. Some astronomers consider it a dwarf planet. It orbits the sun between Saturn and Uranus, although it occasionally crosses Saturn's orbit. And it was first identified member of a new set of objects known as centaurs, bodies orbiting between the asteroid belt and the Kuiper belt. Chiron's orbit is elliptical in nature, and it takes roughly 49 to 51 years to orbit the sun. Therefore, most folks will experience their Chiron return at about age 51. Our Chiron return is a little bit like our Saturn return. It can be quite painful, but it is a period of time where we can achieve a great deal of healing for many of the wounds that we experienced early in our life. And so it's a very, very important period of time. And it's important that we concentrate on doing just that during the period. So success in the outward world at the time of the Chiron return is often unachievable. And on with the writing. Therefore, most folks will experience their Chiron return at about age 51. This also means that Chiron does not spend the same amount of time in each sign. Its shortest transit of a sign is its transit through Libra, about 1.75 years. And its lengthiest transit of a sign is in its transit through Aries, which is 8.25 years. My favorite writing or book about Chiron is Martin Lass's Chiron, Healing Body and Soul. This is what he writes about the Chiron paradigm. Most importantly, Chiron's higher message is that everything is about perception. Seeing one side of things is wounding. Seeing all sides of things is healing. As we heal, so the world around us changes, not because we have set out to change it or fix it or get rid of the things we do not like, but because we see things differently. In short, as we heal, we increasingly see things from the eyes of love. This is the ultimate gift in the wound. Surely this is a journey worth pursuing. In Aries, the wound was a profound lack or loss of self-worth. There can be feelings of unworthiness or of not being deserving of what life has to offer. It can cause a feeling of being unneeded, unwanted, or useless. There's a lack of focus, a feeling of being scattered. Our search is to find self or identity. It brings to mind the phrase searching for oneself. Who am I and what is my place in the universe? The gift is the discovery, acknowledgement, and loving of our own unique divine design, ourself. It is the ability to remain firmly but gently in our own space. We do this despite the opinions and actions of others. We acknowledge the divine within us, and our spirit becomes far less destructible. I would also say that in some cases, the wounding is that of masculinity because Aries is a very male sign. It's ruled by Mars, which is the young man. So the wound is discovering what masculinity is, or the healing process is discovering what masculinity really is and what it is not. Um, that concludes our discussion of Chiron, the wounded healer. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. And if you have not already, please subscribe to my channel, The Richter Scope. And if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to make, please leave them in the comments and I will try very hard to get back to you whenever I can. For now, I'll close and thank you again for watching this video.